Good day everyone, we are Group 4 and today we'll be discussing about the introduction to Vista and Linux, where here we'll also get to know about their history, features, pros and cons, and most especially how to format the OS. Now, let's start to Vista.
So let's talk about history. Early development 2001 to 2003. So si Microsoft daw actually announced the development of this operating system as early as May 2001, before Windows XP was even released. So naturally, this caused a lot of excitement kasi nga si Microsoft was already teasing something better. By 2002, na-leak yung mga builds niya, mga very questionable, na-leak siya sa online. So these leaks gave the public a glimpse of what was then called Longhorn. Early discussions promised stronger security and a more modern interface. However, the first major leak build in October 2002 looked almost identical to Windows XP, which disappointed many. So, a later build in February 2003 finally showed progress, especially with the introduction of the Plex theme in Windows Explorer. This was the real sign that Longhorn was evolving. So, dito naman sa development challenges, which is 2003 to 2004, by late 2003, yung development niya is nagkaroon ng serious problems. So, Microsoft admitted that the project was moving too slowly and lacked a clear direction. So, basically, it was a mess. To fix this, si Microsoft restructured the entire Longhorn project and shifted its focus toward security and system stability. This meant delaying the release and pinush nila back to early 2005. Although yung mga users nakita nila na yung Microsoft is nagte-take time sila to improve the overall quality rather than rushing out an unstable product. So, parang ang atake nga is damage control but with good intentions. So, dito sa interface and feature evolution, which is 2004 and 2005, sa 2004, things finally started getting interesting. On April 30, yung leak builds na na-reveal nila is ito yung early versions of the Aero user interface. So, included dito yung mga smoother transitions and a more modern visual style. And then another build introduced the Jade theme and sidebar tiles. These changes showed that Microsoft was clearly shifting away from the traditional Windows XP look and nag-move sila toward a more visually advanced interface. So this is where Vista started trying to be aesthetic. Final development and release 2005 to 2007. By April 2005, the Air interface had become more polished. In June 2005, Microsoft officially revealed the name Windows Vista, symbolizing clarity and a new perspective. Later that year, Windows Vista Beta 1 was released, allowing testers to try new features like an updated interface, virtual folders, parental controls, and improved networking. Beta 2 followed in May 2006. After years of development, the final build was completed in November 2004. After years of development, the final build was completed in November 2006. Windows Vista was officially released to the public on January 30, 2007, marking the end of a very long and very complicated development journey.
Good day everyone. So today I will be presenting the key features of Windows Vista, focusing on its design, security, performance, and entertainment tools. The first one, UI and visual enhancement. So Windows Vista, they introduced the Windows Air interface, which gave the operating system a more modern and stylish look. It features transparent windows, smooth animation, and live thumbnail, allowing users to preview open applications directly from the taskbar. So this visual enhancement improved the both usability and overall user experience. For the number two, search and navigation. So si Windows Vista, this significantly improved file searching through Windows Search. User can quickly find files, folders, and programs directly from the Start menu or File Explorer, saving time and improving productivity. Search results instantly appear as you type, making navigation faster and easier. Desktop gadgets. So si Windows Vista, they introduced desktop gadgets which are small applications displayed on the desktop or sidebar. So these gadgets include clocks, weathers, updates, calendars, and news feeds, and they can be customized according to the user preference. So they provide quick access to useful information at a glance. So security enhancement. So sa security enhancement, sa Windows Vista, security was a major focus in Windows Vista. So user account control UAC. So it helps prevent unauthorized system changes by asking for permission before performing sensitive functions. This reduces the risk of malware and accidental system modification. Then BitLocker drive encryption. So available in certain editions. Protects data by encrypting entire drives, ensuring sensitive information remains secure even if the device is lost or spoiled. So, performance and system features. So Windows Vista includes Redibus, a feature that allows user to use a USB flash drive to improve system performance. This is especially helpful for computers with limited RAM, as it helps speed up applications loading and overall responsiveness. Entertainment and productivity tools. So Windows Vista also introduced tools for entertainment and productivity. So these are the Windows Dream Scene and Windows Media Center. So si Windows Dream Scene, it's available in Vista Ultimate, allows users to set video wallpapers as their desktop background, enhancing visual appeal, while Windows Media Center serves as a hub for managing music, photos, videos, and TV content, providing an all-in-one multimedia experience. So this feature is available in specific Vista editions.
Good day everyone. I will be presenting the pros and cons of Windows Vista, one of Microsoft's operating systems. But before we go sa pros and cons, alamin muna natin yung Windows Vista. So yung Windows Vista was released by Microsoft in 2007, and it introduced major changes in terms of user interface and security, such as error design and user account control. However, despite these improvements, Windows Vista received a mixed reputation due to performance and compatibility issues. So, mag-start tayo sa pros. So, one of the most strengths of Windows Vista is its stronger security model. It introduced user account control or UAC, which helps prevent unauthorized system changes. So this encouraged users and developers to follow better security practices and became an important step in improving Windows security. Next is the modernized user interface. So Windows Vista also modernized the user interface through error design. It featured translucent windows, visual effects, and integrated search. So compared sa Windows XP, Vista looked more modern and visually appealing. So another advantage is its improved system features. So Vista introduced faster file searching through indexing and new APIs for developers. So these features later influenced newer Windows versions such as Windows 7. So over time, Microsoft released service packs and updates that fix many of Vista's early problems. Application compatibility improved and some community patches allowed Vista to still be used for legacy purposes. So next is cons. So one of the major weaknesses of Windows Vista is its high hardware requirements. So many computers that run Windows XP smoothly became slow when updated to Vista. This caused many users to avoid upgrading. So next, At launch, Windows Vista suffered from driver and application compatibility problems. So many printer, graphic cards, and programs did not work properly, causing crashes and missing features. Next is the intrusive UAC bumps. So although UAC improved security, it was considered annoying by many users. So the frequent pop-up prompts interrupted user experience, showing the trade-off between security and usability. Next is the end of support. Windows Vista is no longer supported by Microsoft. So the mainstream supported ended in 2012 and extended support ended in 2017. So this makes Vista unsafe to use today, especially when connected to the internet. Lastly is the public reputation. So aside from technical issues, Windows Vista also suffered from poor public reputation. Development delays, poor marketing, and bad timing affected its success even though it had useful features. So in conclusion, Windows Vista introduced important innovation in security and design. However, performance issues and compatibility problems prevented it from being widely accepted. So despite this, the lesson learned from Vista helped improve later Windows version. Next is the demonstration on how to format OS Vista.
So before tayo mag-proceed sa demonstration on how to format OS, which is yung Windows Vista at Linux, let us first download VirtualBox, which is a virtualization software na ang purpose niya ay ma-allow tayo na kapag-use ng another operating system inside our current operating system. So search lang natin ang VirtualBox download at mapupunta na tayo dito sa page at click natin tong link na to para ma-download na natin sila. So since ang gamit natin dito sa device, sa laptop natin ay Windows, edi Windows host ang i-download natin. Okay? So kung iba naman yung gamit yung OS, edi iba yung i-download yung host. Okay? So wait lang natin ito ma-download for 2 to 3 minutes and okay. Since natapos na ang ating waiting sa pag-download niya, okay, click open lang natin yung file para ma-set up na natin ang VirtualBox natin. Okay? So here, mag-next lang tayo. So ang gamit nating version dito is 7.2.4 and accept lang natin ang kanilang terms of condition. Then next again, next lang ulit. Kung gusto nyo mag-change, pwede naman din. So, next. And, syempre, yes. And then, next lang ulit. And here, ready to download na. So, again, mag-wait ulit tayo ng 2 to 3 minutes or more para ma-download siya. And there we have it. We have successfully downloaded our VirtualBox. So, ang isa pang important step ng pag-setup natin ng VirtualBox natin is ang pag-download natin ng operating system natin. So, kung anong gusto nating i-install na operating system ay yung DVD file or ISO file nun ang kailangan natin i-download sa ating browser. Okay? So, after ma-download natin yon, i-set up lang natin siya dito. Like, type natin yung kanilang virtual machine name, tapos kung ano yung file na na-download natin na ISO or DVD file, ayun yung ilalagay natin sa ISO image niya. And then, mag-next lang tayo para ma-run na natin ang ating operating system sa ating VirtualBox.
Ayan, so good day everyone. So today, papakita ko kung paano mag-format ng isang Windows Vista. So ngayon dito, pag-open nyo is punta lang tayo sa Windows at i-start lang natin yung ating Ayan, so shutting down na siya. Ayan. Wait lang natin mag-boot. So, ayan. So, dito, yan, may option tayo dito. So, since na-enter na natin yung ating boot device at ito ay yung CD-ROM, so, i-click natin yung C. Ayan, at loading na siya. Set up na yung ating bootable device. So, para pala makapasok ng BIOS, so habang nag-restart siya, kaya natin i-press yung F12 kanina. Ayan. Ayan, so loading lang siya. Wait lang natin. Pag naglo-load. Ayan, so yan, nag-load na siya. So dito, parang setup lang natin to. Ayan, so next lang natin. Okay naman na yan. At yan, mag-install na tayo ng ating bagong OS. Ayan, so dito, siyempre kailangan natin ng activation key or product key. So, nag-prepare na lang ako ng ano dito, ng product dito. Naghanap na ako sa Google. Ayan, so, type lang natin yung ating hanap na product key para mapag-continue tayo at ma-set up yung ating OS. Ayan. So, ayan, next na natin. Ayan, so, click nyo natin yan. Accept lang natin yung license terms. Ayan, tapos, custom natin. Ayan, dito tayo sa custom and advance. Ayan, so ito yung importante. So, dito na tayo mag-reformat ng ating ano. So, click natin itong this na available. Tapos, so, click lang natin yun. At, yun na, format natin. Click natin itong format button. So, dito, warning sign lang. Mag-delete lahat ng files natin. At yun siya. Reversible. So, be aware that. So, yan. Delete na natin ngayon yung ating this, yung ating partition. At, dito na, nire-reformat na yung ating this dito. So, yan. Okay na. Nag-reformat na natin siya. So, next step na lang natin. Syempre, mag-install na tayo ng ating bagong Windows. So, yan. Installing na. So, dito pinas-forward ko na yung pag-install. Yan. Kasi medyo matagal siya. So, wait lang natin. May install yung ating Windows. At ayan na. Ayan, nagbo-boot na siya. So, wait na lang natin yan. At pagka-open yan is naka-setup na yung ating Windows Vista na bagong reformat. So, parang basically, so ginawa ko lang is from the main menu or from the desktop is i-restart lang natin yung ating desktop. And then, pagka-restart niya is aabangan lang natin na mag-boot siya at i-press natin yung F12 para makapasok tayo ng BIOS. So, pagkapasok natin ng BIOS, so, pipiliin lang natin yung sa pang CD or pang CD-ROM kasi ang gamit natin is .ISO file na ayun yung i-install nating OS which is yung Vista. Ayan. So, ayun yung mga necessary na files na kailangan. So, after naman nun, papasok na siya, mag-install na siya ng OS at yun na, format na natin yung ating disk. So, dito, nag-create lang ako ng account. Ayan. So, basic setup na lang to. Dali na to. Ulay lang kayo ng mga username, password. At dito, i-select na lang natin. Yun. Is recommended, tapos yung time. So, basically, hindi naman na part ng ating how to format OS. So, pero yan. Sinatap na rin na. So, ayan. Please wait na. Ayan. So, siguro yun na yun. Nakapag-format na tayo ng isang Windows BS. Nakaabot na isang Windows Vista. So, although luma na nga yung OS na to, is siyempre, maganda pa din na alam natin paano mag-format ng basic na OS. So, parang habang nililipat tayo sa mga different OS is maganda tayong basic knowledge kasi almost same naman lahat ng mga itsura kung paano mag-reformat ng mga Windows, especially yung Windows na OS. So, siyempre, medyo naiba lang pag kunyari sa Linux, yung sa Mac, pero yung sa Windows, almost same siya.
So today we'll be discussing the introduction to Linux, understanding the basics. So first of all, Linux is a free and open source operating system that is used all around the world. It was created by Linus Torvalds in 1991 and is based on the Unix operating system. So unlike proprietary systems, Linux allows users to view, modify, and distribute its source code. Today, Linux powers a wide range of devices, including computers, servers, smartphones, and even supercomputers. In this presentation, I will briefly explain the history and the development of Linux. So first, early foundations and concept, 1983 to 1991. So here, Linux began with the GNU project, which was launched by Richard Stallman in 1983. The goal of this project was to create a free and open source operating system similar to Unix. Although GNU successfully developed important system tools, it did not have its own kernel. In 1991, Linus Torvalds started developing a kernel as a personal project. This kernel later became Linux and completed what the GNU system was missing. So next one, the initial release and open source adoption, which happened on 1991 to 1992. So in August 1991, Linus Torvalds publicly announced the Linux kernel. So the early versions were simple and mainly used through the command line. While in 1992, Linux was released under the GNU General Public License. This allowed users to freely distribute the system, which helped Linux grow rapidly through community contributions. Next, the emergence of distributions and community growth, which occurred in 1993 and 1996. So, as Linux gained popularity, developers created Linux distributions such as Slackware and Debian. These distributions made Linux easier to install and use. So, during this time, Linux became popular in universities and among programmers. Community collaboration helped improve system stability and expand hardware support. Next, the commercial expansion and enterprise adoption occurred in 1997 to 2003. So by the late 1990s, Linux started to be widely used in businesses, especially for servers. Companies began offering professional support and commercial Linux distributions. So Linux became known for its reliability, security, and low cost, making it a strong alternative to proprietary operating systems. Next, the desktop development and user accessibility occurred in 2004 to 2009. So in 2004, Ubuntu was released with a focus on user friendliness. This made Linux more accessible to everyday users. So graphical interfaces improved, and Linux began to be used in schools, offices, and homes. Enterprise support also continued to grow. So, the last mobile, cloud, and modern era, 2010 to this day. So, in the 2010s, Linux became the foundation of Android, which is now the most widely used and mobile operating system. So today, Linux dominates cloud computing, data centers, supercomputers, and embedded systems. It continues to evolve through global open source collaboration. That is all for my part. Thank you.
Now let's proceed to the features of the Linux operating system. Open source. Freely available code that can be modified, analyzed, and redistributed by the community. So the source code is free. Anyone can study, modify, and share it. Multitasking. Runs multiple applications simultaneously by efficiently dividing CPU time. Multi-user. Allows several users to share system resources like RAM and storage at the same time from different terminals. Security. Achieved through authentication like passwords, authorization like permissions, and encryption like unreadable file formats. Interface. Primarily command line but easily converted to graphical user interface or GUI by installing a desktop environment. File system. Uses a hierarchical structure to organize files and directories logically. Performance. Known for its high stability, efficiency, and scalability in various applications. Portability. Capable of running consistently across different types of hardware. Updates. Receives frequent updates for security patches, bug updates, and new features. Lightweight. Can be configured to use minimal resources, ideal for embedded or resource-constrained systems. Compatibility. Highly compatible with cloud computing platforms and demonstrates strong interoperability with other systems and software. So it works well with cloud platforms like G Drive or OneDrive and other softwares. Live Media. Allows booting and running the OS from a live CD or USB without installation. Shell, the command line interpreter that efficiently executes user commands and interacts with the kernel. That's all.
So now, let's get to know yung mga pros and cons ng Linux operating system para mas maintindihan natin kung bakit ito ginagamit ng marami and kung ano rin yung mga possible limitations niya. So first one is open source and free. Linux allows anyone to view, modify, and use the software for free. Yung Linux is open source. Ibig sabihin, kahit sino pwede mag-access and mag-modify ng source code niya. Aside from that, libre siyang gamitin kaya hindi mo na kailangan magbayad ng license. This makes it ideal for students, developers, or small businesses na gusto mag-save sa software costs while still having full control sa system. So next naman is secure. Linux is less prone to malware and requires authorization for program execution. Linux is generally more secure compared to ibang operating systems. Kailangan ng administrator password bago makapag-run ng program and less prone din siya sa malware or viruses. Because of that, mas mababa yung risk ng unauthorized access and mas safe yung system overall. So next naman is reliable and stable. Linux handles software failures well and provides regular security updates. Linux is known for stability. Kaya niya mag-handle ng minor software failures without crashing. Aside from that, may regular security updates na ginagawa. Kaya reliable talaga yung operating system na to in terms of long-term usage, lalo na kung ginagamit siya sa servers or critical applications. So the fourth one naman is lightweight and efficient. Can run on older or low-end systems with minimal memory and storage. Linux requires relatively low system resources, kaya kaya rin niyang mag-run sa older o low-end computers. Minimal lang din yung memory and storage requirements, kaya mabilis pa rin yung performance kahit hindi high-spec yung hardware mo. And the last one naman is rich community and programming support. Offers extensive online help and is ideal for developers. Yung Linux community is napakalaki and active. Merong mga forums and online resources para sa troubleshooting, guides, and support. Plus, dahil popular siya sa programmers, maraming tools and documentation yung mga available, making it a strong platform for software development. Siyempre, kung may pros, siyempre may mga cons din sa paggamit ng Linux operating system. Una na rito yung system compatibility issues. Some hardware devices may not support Linux due to driver limitations. May mga hardware devices kasi na hindi compatible sa Linux. Mostly dahil wala silang open source driver or hindi binibigay ng manufacturer yung Linux compatible version. So bago mag-install, kailangan talaga i-check yung compatibility ng devices mo. So next naman is steep learning curve. Linux often requires command line usage and system configuration knowledge. Linux kadalasan is nangangailangan ng paggamit ng command line and manual system configuration. Kung sanay ka sa GUI-based systems like mga Windows, medyo matututunan mo muna kung paano fully gamitin yung OS. Next naman is software interoperability limitations. Many commercial programs and games are not natively available. Hindi lahat ng commercial programs and games is available sa Linux. Kadalasan yung mga developers is nagpo-focus sa Windows and macOS dahil mas malaki yung user base nila. Kailangan minsan gumamit ng alternative software or compatibility layers para mag-run yung ilang applications. Next naman is insufficient standardization. Multiple distributions and package formats can cause compatibility issues. Since maraming Linux distributions and package formats, may possibility ng compatibility issues sa pagitan ng distros. For example, yung software na gagana sa Ubuntu, baka hindi siya gumana sa ibang distro without adjustment. And lastly is limited commercials and gaming support. Less professional support and fewer native games compared to Windows or Mac OS. So since mas konti yung professional support and native games available sa Linux compared sa Windows or Mac OS. Kapag may mga technical issues or gusto maglaro ng games, hindi laging straightforward though may mga third-party tools na pwedeng gamitin. So in conclusion, yung Linux is secure, stable, and flexible na operating system which has many advantages lalo na sa cost and performance. So syempre, may mga ilang limitations din like compatibility and learning curve. Kaya overall, magandang option yung Linux depende sa needs and skill level ng user. So now naman, proceed tayo sa demonstration on how to format OS Linux that will be demonstrated by Mr. Season.
So moving on to the demonstration on how to format Linux. So ang unang step natin syempre ay i-restart ang ating device. So habang nag-restart siya, like the moment na bago siya mag-open, kailangan natin i-click ang ating F12. Spam lang natin ng i-click ang F12. Kasi ang goal natin ay makapunta tayo sa BIOS. So there, na-spam na natin ang F12. There, pupunta ngayon tayo sa ating UEFI firmware settings. So nun, after nun, wait lang natin. Ayun, nandito na ngayon tayo sa ating BIOS. So meron tayong 3 options dito, pero pipinutin natin yung boot manager. Pero kung gusto natin makita yung naman ng device manager, click lang natin ito. Enter. So ayan, meron na tayong devices list, which is yung secure driver threat manager, and so on. So dito naman sa boot maintenance, meron din tayo dyan, pero ito yung options lang siya, boot options. So proceed naman tayo sa ating boot manager. So sa boot manager natin, enter lang natin yung pinakauna. Then, pagpunta natin doon, yan, pinunta natin yung OEM install information. So yan, wait lang natin konti. Waiting lang tayo kasi nag-load yung ating OS. And here, nandito na rin tayo. Nandito na tayo sa ating setup. So, syempre, Sa language natin, continue lang natin siya sa English. Okay, English US. Pero pwede rin namang hintay kung gusto mo mas prepare. Tapos, continue lang ulit. Wait lang tayo. Medyo mabagal lang ng konti ang ating OS. Pero, yan. So, dahil dito, nandito na ngayon tayo sa ating installation file. So, meron tayong apat na option dito. Which is yung una is yung erase Linux. Pero, syempre, since ang ginagawin natin is formatting, erase this natin and install Linux Mint. Yun ang ating i-execute dito. Okay? So, there. Ayan. Meron siyang advanced features. So, pag click mo, ayan. Meron siyang ganyan. So, close window natin. Install na rin natin siya. So, waiting lang ulit tayo. Ayan, syempre, ask tayo naman kung mag-write down ng changes to this. Syempre, continue tayo. So, may warning pala dito na this will destroy all data of any partitions you have removed. So, ayan, continue natin. Waiting lang ulit. And here, syempre, yung location natin, sinet natin sa Philippines. Continue. So, ayun, set up na lang ulit natin ang ating device, which is who are you? So, yung computer screen natin, pinangalan natin season. Tapos, sa ating password, Fred123, continue. So on. So, waiting lang ulit. Ayan. Ayan siya. Nagpa-pass na siya. So, medyo matagal na itong waiting natin dito. Pero, it takes time, pero makarating dito tayo. Okay? Yan, kasi nag-install siya, medyo matagal yung part na yan. So, skip natin siya ng konti. Fast forward. Then, i-ask na tayo na start now. So, syempre, click natin yung start now. And, meaning, complete na yung installation natin. Okay? So, pag restart natin, waiting lang ulit natin siya. So, press natin yung enter. And there we have it. We have successfully format our Linux Mint. So, ayun, papasetapin lang ulit tayo ng ating device. And then, there you have it. That will be all, and thank you.
Yan. So, Windows, Vista, at Linux Mint ay parehong operating system na may kanya-kanyang strengths. Ang Windows Vista ay user-friendly at nakakatulong sa basic OS concepts. Habang ang Linux Mint ay open source, secure, at customizable. So, sa experience na to, natutunan namin na bawat OS ay may purpose, depende sa needs ng mga user. So, that would be all, and thank you for listening to our video. So, once again, we are Go4, and thank you po for listening. God bless. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year!